Right. Maybe I just adjust myself a little bit, actually. Maybe just slide myself over here a little bit. Okay. Gosh, I gotta remember to, like, upload the VODs tomorrow, don't I? Or at least schedule them. I'm not, like, used to... Oh, hi, welcome in, Enjoy. I'm not used to, like, organizing VODs. Haven't done it in a while. Let me... What are we doing? Dwarf Fortress. The return of the classic Dwarf Fortress. Um... I've come back to this game. Come back to this game. This game is special to me. Let's, what I was gonna do is I was gonna continue our stream file, or sort of like role-playing file near Olio, the Land of Valleys, which we've had 1 fort and 5 adventurers to varying degrees of success, and the fort was it's being postponed, which is fine. You can retire fortresses and let the game kind of like take over. Let the dwarves continue existing without your intervention. I what it is I haven't played Dwarf Fortress in a long freaking time, and I just wanna ease myself back into it. And we're gonna take it real easy. We're gonna take it real slow here. And we're gonna start with Legends mode. And just kinda try and get back into the feel of the Dwarf Fortress. Okay, so you got all your usual... You know, got all your usual, like, big monsters. Kind of, like, did, like, a whole bunch of rampages. And so they end up at the top of the list, for, famous peoples, notable peoples. So this guy is Bronze Colossus, the most famous historical figure called Enna. He attacked the problematic League in Hogswealthy. Sound like a pleasant place to be. The human Osmos Dangle Pants. What the heck? Confronted him. His lower left back tooth was smashed by Enna. No! I didn't want a tooth extraction today. And then Annie killed a bunch of people, including Mr. Danglepants in Hogswealthy. Yeah. I guess he didn't learn his lesson when he, got his tooth smashed. And he routed the problematic League of the Brown Kingdoms and destroyed Hogswealthy. Okay, so he just freaking flattened it to the ground. And then there's someone else getting... Several people getting their teeth smacked out. I don't think this Colossus likes teeth very much. And in the mid-autumn of 93, NA struck down the human Uthra summer houses and ring allies, such as the adventure of NA, Dagger Ruler, the Arrow of Axis, the Bronze Colossus. All right, fair enough. Well, he did get up to a lot of stuff, but you know, like, these creatures don't tend to be the most, at least in my experience, they don't tend to be the most complex of peoples. Ravepines the Golden was a rock. He was one of the only ones of his kind. Tasman was associated with hunting, the wind, and the sky. He is a mill rock. He has been making anime since the year 5 of various settlements, but not actually taking any violent acts against them. And this is when things turned violent. It just... I guess this guy was just kind of associated with hunting the wind in the sky. So this guy was like coming down from the sky and probably like stealing cattle and stuff. Because he doesn't have any like named kills right now. And then he killed the kobold Pruber, who was a kobold born in 4. She was the eldest daughter of Logopholongus and Brutidudusongsis. Young kobold struck down in the musty hollow and then devoured by the rock. Devoured an ogre of the hatred of winds in trash monstrous. I think this thing is just really hungry, is the impression I'm getting. And then after a while, it starts taking out humans. Starts taking out humans in the year 18. In Clutch farmed. And then moved on to Shoveled Water. Okay. And now we see what its usual bread and butter is various animals and stuff. Yeah, just making a lot of enemies. In the mid-spring of 59, a prepared white-tip reef shark screen was stolen by Selvaran by Cassian. Now it starts stealing delicacies, dwarven delicacies. Oh, actually, this is human food. The rock water frogs, the climax of Apogee's devour yak bull of the League of Disembowelment and South Round. A Vilon's scepter was stolen by the rock. Interesting. Okay. This thing is a very chaotic creature. Just causing chaos until, like, recent times. And it seems like it's still alive. Because there's no marked, date of death here. Okay. Why don't we look at someone who is not a crazy monster, but is still relevant in, like, history. These are all monsters. There's a lot of monsters. Although, a good chunk of them have died. Okay. Human Maelstrom Lord. I think this is the first notable non-monstrous guy. He was one of the first of her kind. Female Human Maelstrom Lord. Okay. Is this like... I think this might be in order of, like, history instead of significance. I always thought it was, like, in the order of, like, significance. Okay. Well, we had a little bit of look of Legends mode. I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna make another fortress. And I've been thinking a little bit about what kind of fortress I want to make. And I don't think we ever actually managed to make a wrestling fort. I think we tried to make a wrestling fort before, but we never actually followed through with it. So I think that's probably going to be my goal, but I'm going to keep it light with the RP stuff cuz I kind of just want to get into the feel of the game again, you know? It's been a minute. It's been a minute, so I kind of just want to get used to like stuff. So I think I just need to learn, like relearn how to play and how things go and stuff. So I think we're starting in the middle of winter, which might make things a little difficult. There's some cool geography in this world. Look at this. That's a pretty good defensive position, isn't it? Nestled in with the mountains. It'd be a pretty cool place to venture to in adventure mode. We gotta pick somewhere to be then. Look at this human hamlet right next to a volcano. That seems ill-advised if I'm being completely honest. Where shall we go? Well, how about we take a look at the civilization. Dude, I should have looked at hang on. I should have looked at some of the civilizations and legends most, shouldn't I, to learn about actual dwarven culture. Cuz we want to figure out like what civilization we want to be a part of and that we want to continue the legacy of. The Enchanted Bunyan. It's an unnamed one here. Human Durley Droopsy News joined with the well-born Tumwis Mudbathed, the special marshes of deification to live a life of adventure. Well, was I responsible for that, or did they just sort of do this of their own accord? I know this was like way beyond before I started playing. Tumwist. Mudbathe. That does sound kind of familiar, though. 166. Tumwist Mudbathe. After-soaked showers. Yurlu became the High Chef of the legendary Confederacy. I gotta say that Tumwist sounds familiar to me. I wonder if that was one of the people that I controlled. I'm not sure. The High Chef of the legendary Confederacy. So this is the Confederacy itself. So they've had like a... They've always had like a High Chef. Master of Beasts. What is the deal with the legendary Confederacy? So they've been making properties. That's where they started in Sprinkle Lovely, and then they expanded to Show Princesses. So Sprinkle Lovely is just their initial settlement. This is their initial group. Legendary Confederacy. They were named the Sacrificial Fellowship. The human necromancer, Herod Juggle Trotted, ruled from the scraped torches of Sacrificial Fellowship and Sprinkle Lovely. He's just kind of leader? One of the first of our kind. Sacrificial fellowship. Ghost buried the Ashen Death was acquired in Stop Dot by Parrot. And then Parrot learned the secrets of life and death from Ghost buried the Ashen Death. That must be some kind of special book. Female human necromancer, so that was the moment where she became a necromancer. So her journey was she settled in Sprinkle Lovely. And then she started to organize the people. And Parrot became the lady to the Lord. And then Cad presumably was the Lord, and then they broke up. And then she decided to take Cad as her new Lord, I suppose. And they became the Baroness of the Band of Glaze, and they left Sprinkle Lovely. And they stopped ruling, so she's no longer a lady. She's now a Baron of the Band of Glaze. And she's now in Stomp Dot. And now she's breaking up with her husband. Riku, Weakness Thrifty, and Parrot became lovers. This is her third husband. High Cupbearer as a matter of course. Band of Glaze. So she didn't make the Band of Glaze, she just became a member of the Band of Glaze. Okay. Band of Glaze was a human group of the Land of Valleys. They're responsible for making Stop Dot. She came to Stop Dot and she joined the Band of Glaze. And she just kind of like she's just like used to ruling and used to getting things organized. And their religion was changed, probably influenced by her new location. Uja the Dead Dust. Uja the Dead Dust was a deity that occurs in the myths of the legendary Confederacy. Uja was most often depicted as a skeletal male human and was associated with death. Uja created Ghost Buried Ashen Death, so as part of Parrot's worship of Uja, she read this book. And then she learned the secrets of life and death. And that's what put her on the path of becoming a necromancer. So she's keeping the book safe in Stop Dot. Pig Blazecam began embezzling funds as the chief doctor of the Band of Glaze under the influence of Parrot. So Parrot is changing her plans. Embezzling funds as the chief doctor. Parrot attempted to corrupt Isa in order to have an agent in Stop Dot. But I thought that the Band of Glaze not are they not allied with the whole Uja thing? Or maybe it's just sort of like a situation where some of them worship Uja and the other ones don't, and she's just kind of like taking over with her religion now that she's a necromancer. Isa, moral sneak, valued the law and refused. The Rock. Languid control clods, the Glacier of Gullies attacked Parrot. Parrot's left upper arm was ripped by the Rock. and Parrot was struck down by the rock. Languid control caused the glacier of gullies and stopped on the rock. Languid control clods devoured Parrot. And that was the end of Parrot. She had a couple of sons and daughters. Doesn't actually credit any of her husbands. I guess the husbands weren't like significant enough. They didn't have enough of a historical impact to be listed. Interesting. So that was... Dang, how do we get to that? I don't know. It's easy to sort of like get lost in the lore, and then worry, and then wonder like how you even got there. The Coalition of Permanency. I kind of want to. Okay, what I want to do is, and if I could figure out like, what are the ones that are like recent? What are the like the recent ones? I kind of assumed it was gonna be like near the bottom. Ivy League was a human bandit gang from the Land of Valleys in the late autumn of the Ivy League formed in Climax Basin. Because what I want to do is, when you pick a civilization in Fortress mode, those are the ones I want to learn about. Because those are the ones I want to see, like, I want to see if I want to be part of them. This isn't like usually my approach to these kind of things, because normally I just wanna like figure out what I can like in the game itself, like documenting history myself. But sometimes it can be fun. The first hammer. The Room of Sands. Natural ores, like I do wonder when you can actually, when we'll actually be able to like use boats and stuff, because that's not possible currently. As far as I know, there's no such thing as a boat in this game. Submerged helm. First hammer and the climactic palace. We can find out some information about them. The first hammer and the climactic palace. I'm gonna see if those are the kind of dudes that we wanna chill with. Yeah. The first hammer. The first hammer was a dwarven civilization in the Land of Valleys. The East Stockade of the first hammer founded... What's this? Oh, it was like the initial party, I guess. Broker, bookkeeper, hammerer, captain of the guard, militia commander, dungeon master. Dwarf necromancer Izum, Wall Council, corrupted lover, dwarf Fath Yorwund, in order to have someone act on plots and schemes in Bridge clenched. The necromancer met with Fath and pulled rank as dungeon master of East Stockade. Fath trusted the necromancer and agreed. Corrupted, so Fath is being brought to the Legion of the Undead or whatever. The necromancer attempted to frame Amos for treason by fooling Amos and the East Stockade with fabricated evidence, and nothing came of it. Attempted to frame him for treason by fooling him. Whoa, how do you fool him? By like gaslighting him and into believing with like fake evidence? That's so weird. Such a power move, but it doesn't look like it worked. They constructed the granite breakfast in Bridge Clenched. This dude is still trying to frame people. Frame Amos again. Okay. So it's still not working. I think this guy might be a little dumb. The east stockade of the first hammer finished the construction of the cloudy passage connecting Bridge Clinched and Mirror Finders. That's interesting. That's interesting. So this was their initial settlement, and they made a big long tunnel underground that connected them to a new settlement. Because I'm assuming that's how dwarves get around. Over long distances, but by long tunnels. So, in 25 is when they arrived in Mirror Finders. Mirror Finders was a fortress. Founded it. I'm a little puzzled. Because they connected Bridge Clenched and Mirror Finders, but it was founded by them. So I guess they, there was nothing there. Just the phrasing is a little strange. There was nothing at the end of the tunnel, but they founded Mirror Finders. It should say before this that they founded Mirror Finders. Because it says that's the first thing that occurred. Patches of striking. Patches of striking. Oh, it's a different people. It's a different people. So, the Hatches of Striking must have founded Mirror Finders earlier that year. Not same year, but slightly earlier. In 25. And then the East Stockade, pretty quickly afterwards. Oh, they're allied. They're both in the first hammer. Mechanical tiles and Mirror Finders. So they're the people who founded Mirror Finders, and then the East Stockade came over. They're already like allied nations. In the early summer of 43, The Dead and Drools was authored by the dwarf Udil Swift Attic in Mirror Finders after a dream. Udil is a bit of a writer. They're making friends. She is making friends. Mirror Finders. This is when she wrote her books. She makes The Future Mourns, The Sun Sets on Keg. been writing a lot of books here. The Yeti Kixie told Sling the poetic tale attacked to deal. She was defeated, but she escaped unscathed. Became the master of the elf. Narina. Fancy morning. What does this mean? Does this mean that the elves are enslaved by... What is going on here? 68. Narina was an elf. She came from Blizzardell. She became lovers with Ithiti, ill-matched. And then she stopped becoming being a herbalist, and she settled in Blot Beach with her lover, who she married. She became an animal caretaker. But shortly after that, well, a few years after that, she became a bard. Divorced. In 69, she divorced her wife. The master. What? What is... Oh, right. I see. It's like master in terms of, like, you know, sensei, teacher. An apprenticeship with Dwarf Udil. Swift Attic. And for whatever reason that resulted in her breaking up with her husband. Zuglar Armorlaw was denied an apprenticeship under a deal. She's doing more books and stuff. Yeah. She's doing a whole lot of writing. Doing a lot of traveling as well. A whole lot of traveling in year 100. Look at all this. The deal is just going all over the place. Okay. That's interesting. Nice little deep dive. We learned a little bit about some of the individual NPCs and mirror finders. And, the first hammer and stuff. I wonder where Odile is now. Okay. I feel like I could get lost in Legends mode for a long time, so I have to like draw the line somewhere. I think I'm gonna go with the first hammers. The first hammer. We gotta pick a location for our new fortress, and we gotta think about what our party is gonna be like, and think about what we're gonna be doing. Makes me wonder if I should do like a library instead. I feel like a library is kind of like the classic thing that we do. But I like it because it's like a lore thing. I like learning about the world, especially from the perspective of the people living in it. So let's say that our guys originate from this culture. They originate from the first hammer. Okay. Where are we gonna go? Well, we don't want to be completely isolated from everyone. Human tower. But, like, are they necromancers? I don't know. I wonder if they can actually get through here. Like, my culture, if they can actually get through this place. Maybe they'll need underground tunnels, or because it does look like it's very mountainy. Maybe there's like a tunnel system under. I mean, we did establish that, didn't we? We did establish that they made a tunnel to mirrored such and such, which has got to be around like nearby. Like one of these got to be like mirrored such and such. Okay, that's all right. I think we probably want to go up here somewhere. Untamed Wilds. A lot of this is Untamed Wilds. Tommy Beast the Belted Grower is the name of the brook. Wilderness. Well, this is a bit more idyllic. I just feel like we might be a little bit in trouble if we go into an Untamed Wilds place, but... So this is freshwater swamp. Heavily forested. Haunted human tower. What are dangerous areas around? I think maybe here. Maybe it's gonna get... We'll see if it gives me a warning, because I know there is like potentially a necromancer tower nearby. Yeah, there's a lot of necromancer towers. Like, there's one here. There's one here. There's one here. They're like surrounding us. What do we go here? Okay, that's fine. Wildlife might be very dangerous here. Well, it's fine. It's fine. Let's get into the Dwarf Fortress stuff already. Yeah, I got no idea if it will get killed by Jaguar or something. Maybe we will. Hopefully not. Okay, game just getting started. You have arrived. After a journey from the mountain homes into the forbidding wilderness beyond, your harsh trek has finally ended. Your party of 7 is to make an outpost for the glory of all of Utharnil. There are almost no supplies left, but with stout labor comes sustenance. Hey, random guy from Lithuania! Is this your first Dwarf Fortress stream? Because I'm pretty sure that the last time I did this was, like, before you discovered me. This is the Dwarf Fortress. Are you familiar? Let me have a sippy. It's kind of warm. It's kind of warm over here. In space. Weather is being kind of unpredictable, but it's steadily getting warmer. Your harsh trek has finally ended. Your party of 7 is to make an outpost for the glory of all Utherneal. There are almost no supplies left, but with stout labor comes sustenance. You go, well, what? What would you get? Tell me. Tolriki. You must provide for your dwarves. You are expecting a supply caravan just before the winter entombs you, but it is spring now. Enough time to delve secure lodgings. The Black Bear Men. The Black Bear Men! Get hungry. A new chapter of dwarven history begins here at this place. Rulish Tekud, Splashtick, strike the earth. You got a kitty? You got a meow meow? That'd be pretty cool. I love meow meows. I have one of those. I've even got a couple in the game, apparently. A little cow. Little baby cow as well. Although for some reason we only have one of them. We don't have a breeding pair for some reason. What are we looking at here? We got a lot of trees. We got a lot of wood. We can make an above ground settlement if we wanted to, because there's a lot of wood. I feel like we almost kind of have to be... We almost have to, do that. Because the amount of wood is gonna get, like, a little excessive. Okay. I gotta think about, like, my priorities here. It's been a minute. Like, this game is, like, fairly complicated. And I gotta figure out what my priorities are. I think I want to pasture my animals first. Let's make a pen or a pasture. Like an area where there's no trees. I guess it did. I guess it did. All I said was that my friend has two kitties with very different natures. One is kind of shy and nervous, and the other one is basically a furry missile. Alright, we will go to assign our animals here. Everything besides the cats and the dogs can go in here. Okay, that's fine. Okay. Yeah. The thing is, because there's so much, like, forest, we almost have to do a very large amount of, cutting trees. Part of the reason for that is to control, like, the lag situation, because trees, heavily forested areas can cause a little bit of lag, I am told. But I think, also we have to think about temporary dormitories and, like, the basic essentials for, like, dwarven life, so we have to just think about the survivability first and foremost. So we're just gonna make a standard staircase in a 5-pip style, like on a dice. Just so there's multiple staircases and it reduces the chance that they're gonna bump into each other. And then naturally we're gonna... I'm like mentally trying to figure out like how this works again. I'm just gonna have to like play it by ear, guys. Like I don't like 100% remember how the layers work in this game. As far as I remember, there is a super thin layer of rock between every single actual layer. So if I break this and then I break that, it's not going to be one continuous hole. There's going to be something in between. There's going to be a thin layer between the two. Like right here, for instance, you can't see through to the bottom here because there's a thin layer of soil on the top of it. And that's true of every single layer. So that does, I do seem to have recalled that correctly. So we've got stone. But we've got loam. We should make, somewhere to grow crops. One of the most important things that we should start with. I mean, you're gonna make a dormitory, but we're gonna make it a bit more comfortable by giving them wood flooring. Normally you'd want to dig down into a stone sort of area so that they have, well, maybe that would be more effective. We could do that. But let's dormitory first, or like farming first, who can say? Let's just bring this down a few more layers. Probably the smart way to do this is just like select like this. And then change these for like the pickaxe symbol, right? Yeah, that's a much faster way to do it. You got a few access blocks here. Okay. So hopefully that'll bring me down to a stone layer where I can start making a dormitory. Now, are they logging currently? Do you not have a task currently? You got no job, okay. I mean, I'm assuming that someone is assigned to... Oh, yeah. This guy is felling the trees. Okay. We need more axes, I think. If we're going into an area that's this heavily forested, we need axes. But for now, we probably only have one axe. So, in that case, I probably just want to make myself a stockpile. I don't think it matters if the wood gets damp. So we're just gonna make the stockpile nearby our dwelling. It's gonna annoy me that this friggin' tree is blocking it though, so let's get rid of that tree. They're starting to haul the wood over into the stockpile. I love this new DFAC feature where it gives like a little text thing that tells you what they're trying to do. Because a lot of the guesswork in Dwarf Fortress sometimes is like you don't really know what's going on inside your dwarf's head sometimes. And it involves a bit of detective work to figure out what they're even trying to do. That doesn't seem right, does it? How did this happen? I don't know how that happened, but we're gonna cover that up with wooden floors, because that's dumb. We're gonna use wood. To take care of these extra staircases. I don't know how that happened, but let's fix that, just because it looks dumb. Huh? What has occurred here, guys? Okay. Something has obviously went wrong here. Okay, I see the problem. There is a problem with damp stone. We've got, like, aquifers to deal with. Jeez. Dwarf Fortress is not pulling its punches right now. Let's turn on Damp Dig. We're just gonna have to deal with this aquifer. One of Dwarf Fortress's most famous or infamous. Oh, we should also turn on Damp Dig for the pickaxes. Why does the symbol look different though? Damn Dig on. Does it have to be newly designated? It's weird to me how the symbols are different. It's weird to me how, yeah. Okay. I see. I see. So, like, the water means that there's currently leaking. And the arrow is what designates, Damp Dig. I suppose. I don't know why you had to use a different color of wood here. It doesn't look much better than how it looked before, if I'm honest. Oh well. We should make a crafting workshop. Because this isn't really an efficient way of using wood right now. Is this carpenter? Carpenter does blocks, is it? I don't remember if it's carpentry or a crafts that does blocks. I'm hearing a lot of angry animals. It's more than a little unnerving. Okay, let's make some blocks and pretend that we're not about to get murdered by wild animals. Make wooden blocks. Do that infinity. Um, should probably make a different stockpile for the blocks themselves. Just so that visually we can see how many we have and everything. Gotta cut these trees too, otherwise they're gonna be in the road. Um, that's 8. I want to make them the same size. I realize it's not symmetrical. That's something that Future Rookie can fix later. I cancelled it. That's annoying. Okay, let's put that there. Click accept. Put it as blocks. Customize. And make it only, wood blocks. And get rid of these trays here. So you're blocking my stockpile. Seems like they haven't started with the mining. Too busy with the other stuff I asked them to do. I should keep an eye on that though. They probably will pretty soon start doing that digging task that I asked them to do. And the flooding is gonna start. We're so dead, aren't we? All those angry creatures. I haven't made I haven't actually made a farm plot yet. That's also something I should do. Um yeah, there's a lot of things that you have to do in Dwarf Fortress. You gotta think about. There shouldn't be any damp stone this high up, right? Surely. This is probably more land than we need, to be honest. Yeah, they're very preoccupied with the hauling and the wood and the blocks and stuff. Hmm. Uh, there's a lot of things to consider. I might have to think about like defenses and stuff if the animals are gonna get annoyed at me. I remember that doing things like cutting down trees, it's not just elves that hate you for doing that, also like animals and stuff. Wild animals can get really upset at you for doing that. So we're starting in the midwinter. So we actually have a lot of time um before the caravan arrives, because the caravan arrives in autumn. Um we should probably make a workshop though and start doing some crafts and stuff, because we will want to sell um when that time comes around. We'll get rid of this tree so I can put a crafting station there. Yep, seems like they're not gonna want to do anything else, until all the wood is put away. They're, being a little obsessive with the wood situation right now. I think hauling must have a pretty high priority in the task management, either for the game or for DF Hack, because DF Hack has its own way of managing task priority. People are gonna start be getting cranky when they don't have anywhere to sleep. And that's what this is all about. I need to get through the freaking damp stone. And I'm probably gonna use the wood blocks in order to wall off the any leaks and stuff. Get through that aquifer. The birdie was just killed. The blue jay. Um, Maybe we won't start Crash right now. There's probably more important things that need doing. Ah, what a Zane game this is. Watching my little dwarves doing their thing. It looks like we're nearly full up on wood, so hopefully they'll start doing other things. Can I exclude corpses from this so they actually move the corpse out of the way? Not sure how to do that. I don't have a dumping zone for like animal corpses, so do we not have like wheelbarrows? And they're sleeping on the surface, on the floor. I'll say that we probably have wheelbarrows. Let's deconstruct the freaking wagon. I know that there's like wheelbarrows and other essential equipment on there. There has to be. I'm hoping the animals don't strike while we're asleep and defenseless. We're not digging yet still? Okay, finally someone is digging. They're starting with the farm plot. I mean, I don't think it really matters the fact that the farm plot is a little late considering how it was literally just winter. So it's not like we would have had a lot of things to grow anyway. It's not a very good time to try to grow anything. Seems like we only have one miner. Um, we need like a meeting area as well, but the thing with dormitories and meeting areas, I kind of want to make them like comfortable. Let's pause that and then make beds. We're gonna need beds for the dormitory, obviously. At the very least. So let's get that going. We're also gonna need bins, but I'll deal with that later. I'm thinking that we have enough wood to deal with the situation with the water, the aquifers is what you would say. Where did they go? Oh, they're working on this stuff down here. Okay. Um, we should probably do this layer by layer, but he's already started, so I think we want to extend this 5 by 5 here. And then we put the walls around where I'm digging now. I might have to redesignate some stuff if there's more leaking. Yeah, he stopped because of damp stone. Okay, time to do some redesignating then. Okay, that should be fine. They should be ignoring the water now. Do we have two people digging or is it just one person? Either way, we're gonna start making walls. And we're gonna be making it out of wood. Um, can I say blocks? Mm, am I not able to specify wood blocks? I don't want them to be using logs because it's less efficient. Whatever, guys. Just, figure it out, I guess. All this stuff will just have to come back to me little by little as we play. Because it's a complicated game. Why are you still canceling orders because of damp stone? I mean, it's only a light aquifer, so it's not like things are gonna get out of control in at any speed. We got plenty of time to work on this. Damp. Yeah, this is damp too. Okay, so it seems like it's only 2 layers, which is completely fine. It's completely fine. I think water is coming from above. It's not that big of an aquifer. We've had much worse on this channel. Where we've had like aquifers that go down more than 6 floors. This'll take no time at all to fix up. A lot of people recommend that you make more than 1 miner for your party. Cause the beginning skills miner is pretty slow by himself. And of course you have to bring more than 1 pickaxe. I would have done that for woodcutters as well, considering how much logging we're going to be having to do. I think it's just the 2 floors that we need to have these wood panels. I don't think any of this is damp down here. One group of residents is stranded. I'll have to look into that in a second. Well, Alright. Damp. Damp? Oh, we got a little bit of damp down here, actually. Oh. I thought that was the end of the... Okay. So there's just a little bit of aquifer still on these layers. I better get to work on that then. And dig a bit deeper, because apparently we're not home free quite yet. Yeah, that's weird. I think I see why the extra staircases were made. It's because of, like, these parts. You can't cancel those without, like, deleting them manually. Now we won't have extra staircases. Taking slightly longer to handle this because the aquifer is a little deeper than I realized. I should probably split the labor a little bit here. Maybe that's not advisable, or maybe it is. But, we are going to put a farm plot here. We gotta start growing food and drink. This person is stranded? How does that work exactly? How are they stranded exactly? Um, euphoric due to inebriation, annoyed after having blah blah blah. Euphoric due to inebriation. So is he just drunk and like wandered off? Cannot reach site. It's all going wrong. The dude is actually stranded because of the river. How did he get on the other side of the river? Is my question. He must have swam back. Swam across, and now he can't swim back. I guess I'm gonna make a bridge because this doofus somehow swam over. Okay. We can fix that problem, I'm pretty sure. I put that on top priority. And that dude can be able to get home. The kitty made it across. I guess the kitty's the swimmer. Don't try and swim. Don't try and swim, dude. Like, we're making you a bridge. Like, come on. Exercise a little bit of patience here. He wants to drink. He is in need to drink right now. Is he particularly prone to needing alcohol, or iffy memory, a shortage of patience, meager creativity, and a meager kinesthetic sense? He needs alcohol to get through the working day. Hmm. It says that for a lot of dwarfs, though. Please finish the building so that this dude doesn't jump in the freaking water. Meanwhile, the underground is probably flooding right now while I'm dealing with this doofus. Okay, he's coming home now. Thank goodness for that. How many beds do we have? Because if it's a lot, then you should probably stop that. Yeah, I think you should stop that now. You can give it a rest. Okay. And now we deal with the flooding situation. Blocked by an unmovable item. Jeez. How do I... I'm gonna need to make a stockpile for rock. Limestone. Blockstone. Are you telling me that there's still... welcome in, Chirate97. Hope you're having a nice day and everything. I'm currently dealing with flooding. Currently dealing with a flooding situation in my fortress. I need to make... dude, I need to make like a stockpile where we can put all these rocks out of the way of, constructing these walls. I'm hoping that there's no flooding over in this direction. We're gonna make a stockpile here. Gonna make this high priority digging. You gotta dig this immediately. And I just hope that this doesn't cause even more flooding. It's not great. I'm not gonna lie, it's not great. I didn't account for the boulders blocking my ability to build. But we can deal with it. Only light aquifer. It's not the end of the world. There's a little bit of flooding. It's fine. Completely fine. Completely under control. There's probably a lot of people up on the surface distracted by like farming stuff, but that's important too, so it's all fine. It doesn't look like there's any more flooding on this level, thank goodness. As soon as he's done digging all that stuff out, we'll move all the boulders in there and then patch the rest of the flooding, and we can take a little breath of relief. What was I thinking? Think there was only like 3-layer aquifer. It's never only 3 layers, it's always like 1,000 layers. There is no shortage of fluxstone here, that's for sure. Limestone everywhere. Even Kitty is helping. Mau mau. Cassiterite. New mineral found. Did he just collapse? Oh, he just started sleeping right in the spot as soon as he finished. Everyone is so exhausted. Unfortunately, this isn't going to be the dormitory. This is going to be a stockpile. Put all the stone in here. Everyone needs to put all of the stones in here so that the areas that we're working in are a bit less congested. I really want to... I mean, it says 1 wheelbarrow, but I have yet to see anyone actually using a wheelbarrow. Okay, there's someone using a wheelbarrow. Someone has a brain. Maybe they only use it for rocks. And they don't use it for blocks. I could also probably use this stone for something, but if it's flux stone, then it already has a pretty clearly defined purpose. That is making steel, so I shouldn't waste it on constructions and stuff. There's just a small amount of damp stone down here. And I'm hoping it's the end of it, and there's no more on deeper layers. Let's dig down a little more. You know the drill. And convert these parts to, mining parts. Nope. Nope. I'm deleting the wrong staircases. I should be deleting these ones. I mean, that all looks fine. We'll also need to take out, around here and put wood paneling all around. I made all this stuff priority 1 unintentionally. How deep we're having to go in order to fix this. Is there no more dampstone? Your fortress is out of food. Wait, what? Are your farm plots working? Make sure you are planting edible plants. Try building a butcher shop and slaughtering some livestock. Okay. Wow, that's not good. I don't think I've ever seen that before. I don't think I've ever been completely 100% out of food before. It's probably happened at least once. Um, yeah, sure. Good shout. We should probably do some butchery. And, a kitchen. Um, let's see. Zones. No, citizens, pets, livestock. Okay. Who are we getting rid of? We'll keep the calf. These guys are probably gonna go. I'm gonna slaughter those animals. And then prepare some easy meals for everyone. And, carpenter, you need to be making barrels to store the excess food in. And we can make a stockpile for the food, somewhere. Yeah, I'm kind of all over the place. Yeah, I realize that. I realize that. I kind of just wanna... I'll just make a stockpile on the surface for food, which is a terrible idea. It is genuinely a terrible idea, but things aren't gonna be completely, organized at the beginning of the game, so all the excess food needs to go here. We freaking have... Oh, we don't have a fishery. Maybe that's the reason. Maybe that's the reason why we're, starving, is because we're catching fish, but we're not, like, using the fish. We need to gut the fish and then cook the fish. Otherwise it'll just go rotten. Okay. These are getting a little bit more under control. I should probably also, while we're at it, make a still. And whoever isn't doing any of that stuff should be foraging while it's still spring and into summer. You can forage all that stuff. We can use that for cooking and for making drink. Maybe the leaking has stopped. It sure seems like it. Doesn't seem like there's any, like, damp problems right now. So maybe we just, make the dormitory. Dormitory's pretty overdue at this point. Not the most graceful design in the world, but, it's gonna have to do. We're gonna make this into a dormitory. When people actually get around to, doing a bit of mining. I don't think we need to go this deep right now. Or we could convert these to blueprints. There. Now we don't gotta worry about that right now. And we can get to work at the dormitory and the rest of the basics. Probably want to start thinking about doing crafts though. Make some rock figurines. No, not rock figurines, because it's actually valuable rock. Make some wood figurines. I feel like we've managed to sort of get to grips with some of the basics of the Dwarf Fortress pretty decently. There's not a lot of rust here. I still kind of know what I'm doing. Dang, what is going on with my bitrate? Is the stream just dead again? Man, I wonder what my stream looks like from your perspective, like... I don't know. If the bitrate is having this much trouble, like, is there, like, lag and stuff? Obviously, when I look at the VODs afterwards, it doesn't represent the connection problems. That's just all omitted from the VOD. It's hard for me to know what the viewing experience is like when the bitrate drops like that. Nah, dude, I think I could really use a protein drink right now. Chocolate one. I'll need to make one later. Okay. Drink is under control, food is under control. Things are looking pretty decent. We got a nice stock of drink back here. Food and drink. And we're making plenty of barrels. No dormitory yet, though. Apparently our miner has got better things to do. I probably didn't need to slaughter those animals. Do we have rendered fat? How do I check my inventory again? Am I not able to see it because I don't have the nobility that allows me to take stock? Yes, stocks is the word I'm looking for. I'm gonna need one of those dudes that counts how much of each thing that we have. It still does like 0 drop frames. I don't know how that makes any sense. I mean, it says that the bitrate is in the red, but it's like 6,000 kilobytes per second. Is that bad? I don't know if that's good or bad, to be honest. Well, at least now we got plenty of food and drink. And people aren't like completely losing their mind yet because of the lack of a place to sleep. This was priority 1, but they're still just kind of ignoring it. What is our miner doing? Oh, miner is on the move. I think we might have finished the harvesting job because I don't see any of the foraging symbols anymore. There we go. Oh, he left again? Maybe he went away for a quick drink. Store item in barrel? Oh. Why? Keeps getting distracted by like minor tasks. Even though this is like super high priority. We're gonna have everyone smooth this area and we're gonna make it into a dormitory. What the heck? Like, why is this dude just not able to focus? Kitty is ever helpful. When he goes away, like, what is he doing? Harvest plants. Maybe there is still a harvest job somewhere. I thought the icons were cleared. Unless he's doing like an auto harvest thing because of DF hack or something. I don't think any of the designated plant gathering orders are still active. I just wish he would finish one job before starting another. He's doing all kinds of stuff in between his mining task. Anything but the work that I asked him to do. We really need to get like a second second miner. This is getting ridiculous. Got a pretty neat waterfall over here. 2 waterfalls. I really wish that they'll add boats or rafts into Dwarf Fortress. A lot of the cool stuff in Dwarf Fortress is related to boats. You could have boat races and stuff. I wonder if like minecart riding is a skill. Or if it uses the regular mining skill. The regular riding skill. I don't know, but I'm kind of fascinated with this game again. I want to play more of it. But this always happens when it's warm like this. I always get like super sleepy. I have become a real sleepy tanuki. I'm trying to focus. Maybe I should have a Diet Coke or something. Keep my tanuki brain focused. I I don't know if I mentioned this before, but I'm always on the lookout for mods of this game that make it more idle-ish. I I sleepy tanuki. I wanna make the game more like idle-ish sometimes, cause I've been playing. I was playing Scritchy Scratch off stream, and I don't know what the previous idle game I played before that was. It might have been the mining one. Digzeum. Digzeum was the other one that I did. I don't think I streamed that one either, but I played it on my own time. And there is something kind of soothing about it, but if you could like convert Dwarf Fortress entirely into like an idle game, that would be so good. I mean, Dwarf Fortress is already kind of an idle game. It's just that there's micromanagement. There's like the maximum amount of micromanagement that you would find in one of those kind of games. And DF hack, like, it helps a lot. And I know why like it's not a normal part of the game. I know why base Dwarf Fortress doesn't have all these automated features. It's not designed to be an idle game. As they say, it is an emergent storytelling engine, and the more imperfections in your fortress and the more you know, the more oversights and stuff occur, like that's where the emergent storytelling comes in, you know? That's where when it comes in. So you know, I mean, I get it. It's just listen, Tanuki brain just want to turn off sometimes. And I know that this game would be ultra zen as like a pure idle game. 8 thieving or mischievous creatures. Well, they're birdies. I don't think we can do much about that. My dwarves can't fly. Um, maybe the cats will kill one or two of them. Please finish the dormitory. Please. Please, buddy, just finish the freaking dormitory already. We even gotta smooth all this stuff. It's not even finished once the digging is done. I gotta smooth it, all the rock. And then furnish it naturally. Dude's been making barrels for months. Probably. He stole an iron pick. That's not good. Of all the things to steal, it was an iron pick. Gotta make sure he doesn't steal the other one, otherwise... That means that if I'd assigned another person to mining, then I'd be digging twice as fast right now. Oh, that is dumb. Alright. He's gonna move all the stones out the way now. Okay. We need to do some smoothing. We're gonna smooth all of this area so that everyone is happy with the dormitory, relatively. And this should be done like pretty quickly because I think smoothing has the highest priority. And everyone is commanded to do it by default. Oh gosh, alright. Making a little bit of progress here. They've been busy doing a lot of farming and harvesting up here. Seems like, yeah, this guy is still preparing fish. I guess we had a whole bunch of them. I'm lucky that they didn't all go, like, rotten. I hope that we're planting stuff that we can use in this still. Brew from plant? I think people will get a lot less cranky once this is finished. I think even while it's still under construction, I can designate this as a dormitory. Yeah, we were getting a whole bunch of stuff stolen from us, but that's just because I unfortunately chose to store a lot of stuff on the surface. Mostly out of necessity. We are gonna designate this as a dormitory. Like so. Even though it is still kind of a work in progress, they can use it while it's being finished. Masterpiece Maple Barrel. How many barrels do we have? Maybe we should switch to bins or something, dude, because we're probably good on barrels. Pause the whole barrel thing. We'll do bins now. And then once we're doing bedrooms, we can get like the typical bedroom furniture staples, like your chests and your wardrobes and stuff. I'm really surprised they haven't started furnishing this yet. Like, they must be desperate for a decent sleep. You'd think they'd want to set up the beds as soon as possible. I think I will pour myself that Diet Coke. 1 second, I'll grab one. I gotta finish my water so I can pour it out. Okay. Let me just, show them where to put the rest of the beds. We do actually gotta use the Fluxstone. I mean, we gotta store the Fluxstone somewhere sensible. Because that is gonna be important later. It's just kind of in the way at the moment. Probably my mic doesn't pick up any of the opening Diet Coke sounds or pouring the Coke sounds. I've set it so that it cancels all the noise. It's not like an ASMR microphone. I'm really nervous with an ASMR microphone because, you know, sometimes we make some inconvenient noises. Why are you guys not making the, or putting the beds where they should go? You're not utilizing the bins either. Maybe I'm keeping them too busy with the crafting stuff. You should just pause everything. Pause everything, just chill. You've made a lot of crafts. It's probably fine. They'll come around in the autumn and we can sell the stuff that you've been making. We're doing a lot of brewing and we're doing a lot of cooking, and that's fine. That's important stuff. But we got a lot already. I just don't want to waste the fish, so make sure you use all the fish. We can store it in barrels. Some migrants have arrived. Well, I mean, they are just in time for the unveiling of the dormitory. I think it was just one dude, one migrant, singular. Okay, geez, finally you guys get around to actually furnishing the dormitory. It seems like one of the beds is already being used by a boulder. 2 of them. I wonder if there's any minerals on this level. Should probably dig around a bit once people have had a little bit of rest. And see if there's any metals and stuff. I wonder like what kind of carvings we could make. We wanted to make some carvings on this wall here or along this floor. Let's put no, we will. Maybe here. I mm, hmm. Hmm. Yeah, like the reason why I'm thinking is because like you want to be careful with carvings and stuff because that means that you can't really like use your pickaxe on that wall no more, which means you're not going to be getting any resources from that wall, and you can't route through that area. So I'm gonna leave a space here so I can make a doorway here and just have like carvings on either side. But how do we specify the image of the carving? I could have sworn that there was a way to specify the image. But I guess it's just gonna be whatever is on the mind of the carver. I really thought that you could do that. But yeah, let's do that there. So Rith is carving this one. And Dobar is carving this one. We'll see what they make. It's an image of cages. And this is an image of forgotten beasts. It's nice to have just a little bit of decoration sometimes. Oh, we got 13 people now suddenly. Gosh. Maybe we should make a temporary tavern up here as well. Maybe that's what I should dig through here. And make the next area into like a temporary little tavern. It's kind of a small one. That really the tavern should be big enough that you can people can dance. It's gonna take longer to finish this job, but it's important, so yeah, that's a good bit bigger. This is just kind of like a workers' quarters, um, attached to the workers' tavern. You could probably connect one to the other as well. If I can figure out how to do that, because I remember that's not exactly a straightforward process either. But this will give them like a meeting area for them to socialize and stuff and dance and drink. If we're being honest, probably dwarves would value a quality tavern over individual bedrooms. Gotta think like a dwarf sometimes. And we really gotta buy another pickaxe as soon as people arrive over here. I don't know why no one's ever thought to move this boulder. There's space for it in the stockpile, so I don't know what they're playing at. I could make this into a temporary meeting area, but it's a bit dumb having all these boulders. People just be tripping over them and stubbing their toe all the time. Super annoying place to hold a meeting. My initial thought was to make an above ground tavern. I mean, you probably still will, it's just we need one, we need a functional one right now. This is the person who is unhappy. Annoyed after sleeping in the dirt. Well, why don't you use the furniture that we're making, the beds that we're making? And now we're gonna start making, chairs and tables. We'll make 2 instances of the chair job. Actually, I don't remember exactly what the intricacies are with tables to chairs, like the ratios. But as far as I remember, dwarves don't like to share tables. I'm probably not remembering 100% correctly, but I'm gonna make it 1 chair to 1 table. Which is a bit unusual, isn't it? Because if you're gonna be socializing, then you're gonna wanna have like more than 1 table to a chair. No, the other way around. More than 1 chair to a table. Kind of odd. Kind of unusual. But dwarves are unusual creatures. You've even got like another regular axe, like a wood axe there. The spare pickaxe got taken away. I guess it's kind of important to make sure that you have your belongings in a secure location. May as well have people start to smooth this while the digging is taking place. I think the expedition leader should start to feel a little bit better. Once he has like a few nights rest in his new dormitory. So we have 6, 12, 18, 24. So we got a little less than double our population in the dormitory, so that'll be fine for the time being. We will eventually have to do a little bit better than a shared dormitory, but that's gonna be a problem for another time. Oh, looks like we're having a change of season, so I'm gonna have a sippy and we gotta wait this out. This is just the kind of game I could just fully immerse myself for the rest of my life. It's that deep. There is no other game in the world quite like that. That you could just play forever. As long as you still had like ideas. I mean, I guess Minecraft is kind of like that in a way, but I find ideas harder to come by in Minecraft. Because the game is not as intricate as this one by a long shot. The only intricate thing about Minecraft is the redstone. As far as intricacies go, that's where things begin and end. the NPCs in Minecraft are very dumb and struggle with, pathfinding and stuff. I wish Minecraft was a deeper game with regard to mobs. But like that's just me thinking about trying to make Minecraft into something that it isn't and was never intended to be. Sometimes you just gotta appreciate things for how they are, warts and all. Oh, I love this game. I really love this game. Ha ha ha. I love it. Mm, work my dwarfs. It's just that the thing is, I like this game in a relaxing kind of way. I don't appreciate everything in this game. I don't appreciate when the micromanagement gets excessive because of the population is out of control. And it's a little stressful when there's a whole lot of administration and interlocking systems that just become endlessly complicated. And that's probably necessary for the emergent storytelling stuff, but there's something to be said about like the simple stage of Dwarf Fortress, where it's barely a dozen people and we're just sort of, handling the basic necessities. Making food, making drink, and just getting by, just surviving. Surviving in this game isn't difficult. Thriving in this game is a lot more difficult. And a lot more complicated as well. Oh, we don't have a trade depot. We don't have a trade depot. We are making a trade depot immediately. We're making one now. Why do I always forget to make a freaking trade depot? Jeez. Um, I want to make it like in line with. Oh, dude. I don't want to. I want to make it so it's in line with the stuff here, but there's stuff blocking it everywhere. Okay, if I can get rid of this tree immediately, then we can make the trade depot there. Please. Discuss the situation. There's much to discuss. Okay. What do we want? What are we doing here? What are we doing here? Where's the powders? Where's the gypsum plaster, the classic? Um, bring some blueberry dye. That'll be cute. Okay. Splints is expected. Okay. I will not remember that, but sure. I gotta make a trade depot. We put it here. Make it top priority. There we go. Do it. Do it now. The guys can come over and do some trading. Yeah, I know they need a trade depot. We're working on it. They should be coming in now. Where are the traders coming from? Oh, we don't have a... Trader. Broker. Okay. You are the broker. Congratulations. Bookkeeper. You are the bookkeeper. You don't have an office yet, I know, but we'll work on that in a second. We require broker. Alright, they're coming over. So what do we want to bring over? We want to bring over our figurines. As soon as they're ready to do some trading, we'll bring over the figurines. Gonna make sure I buy some pickaxes. Why didn't we put these in... we should have put these in, boxes. Maple figure of a gigantic panda. Will. Griffins, snowy owls, Rising the Oily. That's really interesting. It's really interesting. So they must have heard of this. They must know this person. Maybe I should keep the named figurines. Maybe I should keep the named figurines so I can figure out like who these people are. There's 11. There's 2 of... Okay. I want to keep a couple of the named ones. And we can find out who these people are. And what exactly they mean to them. There's Rising the Oily again. I can't afford to hold on to these ones because these are valuable. Bamble fence channeled. We'll keep those ones. And sell the rest. Oh, Bamble is one of us. Oh? No, it's a different Bamble. It's just a common dwarven name. Maybe he was named after the other Bamble. Dude, I gotta figure out who these figurines are made of. Okay. So all of the stuff has been brought over. Let's take a look at the craft area here. I would figurine of Bamble. What? This is a well-crafted Highwood figurine of Bamble Fence Channel. The item is a well-designed image of Bamble Fence Channel and the dwarf and cave spiders in Highwood. He's surrounded by the cave spiders. Dude, this is so cool. This is so cool. This is telling a story. Who made this? Am I not able to tell who made this? I mean, is it just the one person who's been crafting everything? Who's the crafts dwarf? Woodcrafter. So Rith probably made it. Where's her knowledge? Gratitude, remembering receiving water. The rites of the commune of flyers in a dedicated temple. Autumn 103. Hmm. A human no-log prophet leaf died? I don't remember that. I need to look up these people later. I wish it... I wish, like, I could look into, like, their... Like, how do they know this person? Maybe it's a member of the. It's probably like someone in their religion or government or civilization. It's probably in here. In here is probably the figurines that she's been making. Her mind is like pulling inspiration from the governing bodies and the religion she's involved in. I just wish that I could dive into that. I think I can, actually. I think I can. And it's only possible because of DF hack. This is not a feature of the game proper. It's, you gotta be careful with this feature, though. You gotta make sure that you save before you do this. Uh, who is Bamble? Okay. We'll take a note of who we want to look up. And maybe it'll tell us more about her. When we figure out, like, who she's depicting. Is Bamble Friends channeled? I could probably take a screenshot of the people, Hmm. I wonder if I look up her, if it's gonna show me some of her creations. Okay, let me see. The launcher, um, legends, open legends. It's a one-way trip. Yeah. Okay, I've got to remind myself who I'm looking up here. Um... Maybe we try looking her up first. Rith Rimbartim. Alright, we'll do her. Rith Rimbartim. Hmm. Oh, dude, the thing is, It's not gonna show the actual... It's not gonna show the actual things if they don't have historical significance. It was Bemble Fence channeled was the person. There we go. He's a dwarf from the year 50. He, is of unknown parentage. He became an administrator in the wilds. And became a member of the White Girders. Settled in Splash Pick. Oh, Garum Hardyskin was another one of the figures. And he's a god. He's an old school Light Girders expedition leader. Yeah, he's involved in the First Hammer, just like we are. So he's just someone that he admires. We don't have a lot of information about him, though. He settled in Splash Pick, he became an expedition leader. He became a herbalist. And then he became a woodcrafter. Interesting. And he's still here. He's still around in the Light Girders. So this is someone that she knows. He was born in like 50. So this is an old dude. Like I guess he's 54. Which isn't like super old, but it's pretty old. Cool. Cool. I knew it. Like, right. I need to like restart the game though. Like that is a feature that they have to like put into the main game, but it's a real slow burn with getting new features in this game. Splash pick. Wait. Didn't it say that the other Bamble was in Splash Pick? What? Huh? Maybe not. I'm a little confused. That's okay. All right. All right. That's fine. That's fine. So what do we got here? What do we got for a trade? Let's see. We can sell all of these. They will be worth 700, which is certainly enough to get myself another iron pick. Gypsum plaster bag. Yeah, sure. Sweet pod seeds. I think we need that for like making sugar? Or is that just like a food or a fruit in its own right? I'm not sure. Not sure what sweet pods are, but sure there's something. We don't really have a textile industry right now. Plump helmets are always useful. I think we'll just, unless there's something particularly interesting down here in the more unique items. Thoughts on the Hamlet is a scroll for people to contemplate. A bit of reading material if there's anyone in the fort who's interested in that. I'm probably gonna need to put up some more goods if I want to do that. Okay, he seems to be happy with that. If we want to get thoughts on the Hamlet, the Dwarven Scroll. Seed barrels worth 1,000. We got a couple really good chairs. We got some good beds here. High quality beds and chairs. We can bring those over. We don't need like super fancy furniture right now. We're just making a basic dwarven tavern, so we can sell some of those in exchange for expanding our mines. Maybe even getting myself an instrument. Usually they bring at least one instrument, but I'm not seeing any. There's some parts for instruments, but there's no completed instruments. Not like a harmonica that's just ready to go, ready to play. That's okay. Yes. Gave them the quality furniture, and we got like a nice nice little scroll for people to read. Maybe we can put that in the tavern. Make this into a social zone. And have a place for reading material. Because we obviously we don't have a library or anything. Like a new meeting area. We'll just expand it as it's being completed. Then we'll make a stockpile for reading material. Or probably just place a chest with for reading material. We haven't made any chests, have we? It occurs to me. We got tables, we got chairs. We should also be making some chests as well. I want to see that scroll and see what's in it. And I probably should make a place for the bookkeeper. The guys might slack off a little bit here because you know there's a meeting area now, but yeah, they need some time to dedicate to like having a break and just socializing and stuff, so it's fine. You have to make some kind of allowances for a bit of leisure time with the dwarves. I'd just rather they were doing it when the tavern was finished. That would be my preference. What a game this is. What a game. We can start to furnish this tavern once it's fully dug out and we've smoothed most of it. We're still on 13 population, so I probably can expect that to grow as soon as the tavern is finished. And start to. Am I winning? I'm trying. Welcome in, Big Shift Steam Engine. So, I don't know if you've seen Dwarf Fortress before. I guess not being dead is a good start in Dwarf Fortress. It is just kind of like a survival game at its core. But we haven't really came up against any threats just yet, which is kind of surprising because the game did give me some kind of warning. There was Untamed Wilds and there was Bearmen. You're a Dwarf Fortress fan? Nice. I haven't played it in forever, but it's like a warm hug whenever you come back to this game, dude. I just can't quit it. Sometimes I take a little break from it, but I always come back to it. At the moment, we're kind of working on a little tavern here. Things are still a bit of a mess, but we got a dormitory going, and yeah, this area is big enough for like a bit of dancing, bit of socializing. As long as these guys can finish off digging this place out, and they can start having a good time and not being so grumpy. Oh, there's only one person that's looking a bit grumpy. I wonder if that's still the expedition leader. Yeah, it is. Like, what is his problem? Uh, Having a drink without using goblet, cup, or mug. Okay, dude, I get it. I get it. Yeah, sure. You're right. We can take a break from freaking making figurines and we'll make cups instead. How's about that? We'll put a pause on that and we will make some wooden cups. Probably not much better than drinking out of your hands. But I know dwarves prefer things that are made out of stone. We got gems as well. Rough green tourmalines. And this is gypsum. That's a flux stone, isn't it? No, that's not a flux stone. That's what you make the plaster out of. That's important for the hospital. Okay, let's smooth all of this. And we can designate all of it into our tavern. Meeting area. And I want to put our reading material somewhere. Do we have any finished chests, maybe? I think for me to put the reading material here, I have to actually put a stockpile. Because I don't think there's any other way of me putting something specific inside of a chest. Maybe if I put a stockpile around the chest. Or where the chests are gonna be, or would that be a bin? Maybe I don't want a chest there. I'm not sure how to do this. I'm gonna make a stockpile. We'll put it in like the corner or whatever. And we'll make it, because these are cool. What you want is a library. Yeah, you're right. You're right. The thing is, I only have one scroll. Like we're super early. We're super early in the fortress. Finished goods. I don't know if it counts as sheet. Or if it's like counts as finished goods. I don't see scrolls here. You think that they'd store it in the bookcase automatically because it's a scroll? Maybe they would. Maybe I don't need a stockpile, they'll just do it automatically. Because I don't see it in the stockpile menu, so maybe the intention is to make a bookcase and then let them use it as it's intended to be used. Because wardrobes are used in that way, I believe, where they just instinctively know to use it for clothing. Let's make a single bookcase. Make it top priority one time. And see if they bring this scroll and put it on the shelf. And we can convert this into a tavern. Overlapping meeting area. I haven't set one up in a while, but I think the dwarves bring books and scrolls there on their own. Yeah, it would make sense. Oh, I see. I see. There's okay. I got two zones here. Delete this one. That was the wrong one. Okay, whatever. Yeah, that happened because I didn't actually expand it properly. And then I have to edit this so that nothing is overlapping. There's a little rust. There is a little rust because it's been a minute, but not as much rust as you might have expected. No, it's not showing as overlapping. Nice. Now we make this into a tavern. And I know that you can link the dormitory to the tavern. Assign a new or existing location to this zone. So now they're linked. Okay, they want goblets, they want stored instruments, and they want chests. I don't think I ever like fully cracked the idea of linking different kinds of zones. That might be the way that you're supposed to do it, it might not be. I think the tavern reserves its rooms for visitors. Also, I don't want to do that. Yeah, I don't want to do that then. Good shout, good shout. Appreciate the help. Remove assignment. Okay. I was kind of hoping that they just use like spare beds for like visitors, but all right, we good. Things are a bit messy with all the boulders around, but I don't want to use this limestone for anything because it's flux stone and there's better uses for it. We want to start furnishing this place. So why don't we start with the bookcase? Bookcase up here. Need to make one? What do you mean? Oh, it's I think it's because it's an additional bookcase. Good idea though. Little rooms for visitors is useful for immigration. Yeah. It stops them from like taking beds from other people as well. Okay, what kind of furniture do we have? Do we have tables? Probably got some tables we can put out. I know that the dwarves, they don't like to share tables. Based on what I remember, you want to have like one chair to one table because they get mad at each other. One of the migrants, I think, was a kid, at least. And there's another kid. So I guess we're gonna put them in rows. In such a way that they don't, no tables are being used by, like, more than one person. I guess the center part is gonna be the dance area. Okay, I was like looking at it there, and I thought that for some reason it looked like, I don't know, I wasn't seeing it right. Yeah, it's a bit of a jam. It's a bit of a jam. Okay, let's put the chairs in. I can unpause. They get plenty of stuff to keep themselves busy. Something collapsed on the surface. Probably a tree, right? Is anyone under that? I'm checking under the wood here. No, there's no flattened dwarfs under the tree, thank goodness. The remains of the tree. Alright, good stuff. Hopefully people are going to be less fussy with me because conditions are improving a little bit. No one has thought to bring the scroll over here yet. I want to see someone coming in here and like setting the scroll on the table. Like he's reading it while he's having a drink or whatever. You want to have chess too? Alright, we good. Ah, these guys are gonna be happier. What is the situation with our livestock? I haven't checked livestock for a while. I don't know if they are... Yeah, some of them aren't assigned to pasture, so I should probably address that. Pasture zone is here currently. Spine bust, goat kid. I guess because he's a pet that he doesn't need to be assigned. You are assigned. Based blockade, the blue pea is okay. Maybe we don't. These are like pets. They're weird about scrolls. People can take them or leave them at your fort. Free book exchange idea. They're kind. The last time I played adventure modes, like. Oh, do we have stuck merchants? We got stuck merchants, don't we? That's a common bug. That is a common bug. I think the old fix is to deconstruct this, and then the merchants aren't stuck anymore. Or there's probably like a DF hack command to fix the merchants. I'll try that first. Stuck merchants. Because I think they're a little long. You want to copy them before someone borrows it away. Right. I'm not sure how to do that. You need like some kind of... You need to get your paper industry going for that, wouldn't you? You need to have like a scribe to do that. I don't really have any proper industries sorted out right now. This dude is on the floor. Like, no health problems. Like, why is he lying in the floor? He begins to talk more slowly when he's exasperated. Yeah, they are. Like, libraries are pretty awesome. It is kind of a favorite, like, make libraries for me. They shouldn't be here anymore. I might have to just use the old classic remedy of deconstructing the trade depot. That usually makes them go away. Yep. Okay, can we cancel the removal now? Okay, too late. Too late. Too late. At least we saved the lives of the merchants, because I'm pretty sure they would have stood there until they starved or got dehydrated. That's okay. Tell me that they didn't lose what they traded for. Like, this is the stuff that they traded for, isn't it? And they're just kind of leaving it here. Like, stuff like this is so annoying for, like, immersion. Because, they've just kind of, like, left all the goods here, and I'm left wondering, thinking, is it assumed that we stole from them? You know what I mean? Because effectively we did. In the video game. We just got everything for free. They're returning, like, empty-handed. They left it on the table. It's weird. But I feel like that's been a problem for years. Merchants getting stuck and then big problems coming out of it, like what just happened. We got a population of 19, we got enough beds at the moment. Our population cap is kind of small. I think I'm working with a maximum of 48 or so. Because I want to keep things cozy and zen. Most people seem pretty happy with this little area. He's telling a story. Telling a story. What is he saying? You usually save scum that stuff. It's yeah. Yeah, but if you're not, like, actively saving, it means that you have to go to the beginning of autumn. I suppose it wouldn't take that long because they arrive more or less at the beginning of autumn. But, you know, it's not always obvious that they are getting stuck until, like, the end of autumn, so I'd need to redo a lot of stuff if I was to do that. But, you know, whatever gets it done. It's not a matter of, like, if something goes wrong in Dwarf Fortress, it always goes wrong eventually in some way. Sometimes in small ways and sometimes in large ways. You save a lot, so it's not a big deal. That would kind of drive me crazy because of how long it takes to do save games. It's kind of takes a while. You gotta wait it out. They haven't put anything on the bookcase yet, but that's okay. So, we're doing all right. We got good food. We got good drink. Farming industry is going. We don't really need to prepare more meals right now. People are happy. People are singing. We probably just want to look around for minerals whenever they get, like, a spare minute. So I'm gonna dig out a bit. I like to do, like, in sections of 3x3. It's not the most organic way of doing it, but I like to keep things organized and know that I can easily fit in a workshop there. You know what I mean? I think it's more visually appealing if you if you don't make big blocky rectangles like I'm doing right now, but things get kind of visually busy the longer the game goes on, and keeping things in like simple shapes and stuff, it just like makes it less overwhelming on the eyes for me. I can easily say, okay, in this rectangle is the metal industry, and in this rectangle is, you know, people doing gem stuff. Probably more storage than they need right now. Yeah, they've got all their cups in here. So what are people's opinion of the tavern? All visitors welcome. The tavern keeper, we got no entertainers, no instruments. That is something we need. We should also be making splints, because we were explicitly told that they're going to be looking for splints next time they come around. So maybe we split our tasks here a little bit, and maybe that's under carpentry, I'm not sure. I suppose it must be, because it's not here. Yeah, carpentry. There must be a hole in the ceiling, because the leaves are coming through. I could not sit through like 60 seconds of saving any more regularly than this. I'd go crazy if it was just monthly. That's why I got it set to quarterly. No, there's no like holes in the ceiling. I guess it's just those tree holes drive you nuts. Yeah, the tree holes. I'm trying to see how the leaves got in. It's not obvious to me. I'm definitely gonna do something on the surface though. We got so many trees here. I feel like we have to like do some surface building. It's why I've been preparing blocks and stuff that we can make some kind of surface structure here. It's probably where our largest tavern is gonna be for like visitors. Or we could do a library, or you know. Um so what kind of stories this guy is he telling? Isn't there usually a part where his knowledge is? Or is that like an adventure mode thing? Could be adventure mode exclusive tab. He's not credited here for okay, these are the entertainment stuff. That's good. That's good. He has some. Oh, there's knowledge. Um, the price of wandering is a reflective poetic form concerning a journey originating in the first hammer. The form guides poets during improvised performances. Okay, this is a lot of technical stuff about the how the poem is made up, rather than the specifics of the poem itself. Okay, so if I want to check out, this is probably what he's reciting, because he doesn't know any other poem, so he must be reciting this. Bonham and the Enchanted Hand is a poem authored by Idor Geth Teba, probably a guy from, I keep forgetting the governing body that they're a part of, but it'll be part of the same group. It is an example of the saffron brain, which is not a form that we know, right? Oh heck, I lost it. It's under skills for some reason. It is under, he does know what saffron brain is. So he has knowledge of it, so he's interested in writing in the saffron brain. And he's reading this. Maybe he understands it because he reads this particular kind of poetry. Or maybe he's studying it because he wants to write in this form. Who can say? The work has no particular subject. It's very rigid. It is very, very bad. It concerns the past, originating in the Union of Bulbs. The rules of the form are applied by poets to produce individual poems which can be recited. The poem is a single couplet. Okay, this is technical stuff again. So it's garbage. He's basically reciting brain rot right now. But I'm sure he means well. Does he have any writing skill? Competent poet, which is a writing skill. So he's aspiring to write in that style. He wants to write in the saffron brain. Those are set by culture. Everyone in your group knows a few. They can learn new ones from visitors. I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense. They're just they've been socializing in the same spaces prior to coming here. If we go into, hello, we got a visitor. The human bard. He's come to perform. He was curious about the mechanical supper. Is the smiled wad. Okay. Well, what is this guy's deal? Very good creativity, sharp intellect, and natural ability with music. Obsessed with order and structure. I wonder if he uses that particular poetic form, because that's what it said in that then. In that particular in Saffron Brain it says the same thing. I think he knows a lot of stuff. He knows like 50 freaking musical forms. Jeez. Since he's a human from another culture, he'll know new forms for poetry and dance. Doesn't he just? Doesn't he just? Like, jeez. He's been spending his whole life doing this. Prophecies in the Void. The sun sets on crack. Bottom and the Enchanted Hands. Okay, so that's the garbage one. Apparently it still has its fans. Chestnut Filth. The Infinite Droplets. The Solitary Blush. So Prophecies in the Void is a musical composition authored by himself. It is an example of the meandering luxuries of cherishing. The work has no particular subject. For lyrics, the composer has selected the sunsets on crack. For lyrics, he's using the bottom and the Enchanted Hands as well. So he's reciting, he's doing poetry from two different poems over the top of this music. Lazy humans, right? Yeah. This guy's an artist. It's a form of music used during marches and military engagements originating in the Union of Bulbs. The rules of the form are applied by composers to produce individual pieces of music. It's played on a bookly, um, R and a manba. R is the name of an instrument. The musical voices join in melody and counterpoint harmony and rhythm. I don't know if you heard about this. You probably did hear about this because it was part of like an official Dwarf Fortress patch notice. Is that they're doing like a musical performance based upon some of this generated stuff. Well, isn't that supposed to be happening today actually? Yeah, it's the 17th. It's the 17th today, so somewhere in the world, I don't remember where, someone is actually performing music like this. As generated by Dwarf Fortress. It might have been California, I don't remember. Hopefully I can check that out. Sounds interesting. Well, we were just looking for, yeah, we were just looking for, minerals and stuff, and metals. I forgot why I was asking him to dig that area out for a second. Who's this person? Human Mace Man. He's a military dude. This best visitor has come asking questions and to relax. She is seeking information about the location of night emeralds. Is this not new? I don't think I've noticed this before. If this existed before, I never noticed it. The intentions of the visitor. The visitor has come to perform. She was curious about the mechanical supper. That's not the name of our group, is it? It could be. I don't remember. I don't think it is. What is the mechanical supper? I don't remember. These guys are coming seeking specific information. I mean, we don't have any, like... We don't have anything really to steal. What's that about? Night Emeralds. The location of Night Emerald. That must be the name of, It's just gonna be weird. They may be trying to steal artifact. Oh, we don't have any. This is the first stream of this fortress. We got nothing, dude. They got nothing to steal. I don't know what Night Emeralds is. It may be the name of my tavern. Good shout. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Good shout. Good shout. Yeah. All right, sick. We don't know what Night Emeralds is. I'm sure if we opened Legends mode, it would tell us. It's one of the coolest features of DF Hack is that you can open Legends mode in the middle of Fortress mode. It's just unfortunate that you have to close the game to do that. But it's good if you're like super curious about a specific thing. I'll be 100% honest, I'm kind of curious about what Night Emeralds is. Fine. I want to know what it is. I'll bite. My dudes don't know where it is, but I want to know what it is. Maybe we can look out some other stuff while we're there. Maybe some of the other, figures. I know that's probably what it is. I want to know what the details are. I want to know about it. Maybe we should find some other stuff that we want to look up. Like maybe where these people come from. So the name of the bard is Idur Gezdastaba. Idur Gezdastaba. Okay. That's true, that's true. I'm gonna do this for now. Oh heck, what was it again? Idur Gezdastaba. Okay. What do you mean? What do you mean this person knows like 1,000 different musical forms and wrote a bunch of music? How would they know a historical figure? What do you mean? There is no way. Or was it Edur? Was it Edur? Oh, I got it. I got it. Alright, there you go. Male human Edur splatter spray. Okay, geez, this person must be some kind of warrior bard. Let's see. In 81, Edur became a bard in dense strengths. They were denied an apprenticeship as Sisley prefers to work alone. But then I guess they changed their mind. After a lot of begging, they managed to become an apprenticeship with Throne Flaxen. So they decided to move to Hopperstroke in order to be with their master. So they no longer are in dense strengths, they moved to Hopperstroke. The Sunset on Crag was authored by Edur. So this person is Sputter sprays because he spits when he recites poetry. Maybe. That's true. So Sisley, the master, I'm assuming must know a lot about, like, poetry and stuff. Or music and stuff. This is a lot to do with their personal life. When did they meet again? In 82 they meet. So this is like way at the beginning of their life. He started writing. He became a bard in 39. And he's moving around to study under different and under a master. Ebon Frosty labored, and they're moving across the land. They made this, they made Only the Sea Knows to praise Sath, who's someone they worship. Deity of the Impervious Confederations. Skeletal male human associated with death. Only the sea knows. The sea weeps in the end. The wise know to glorify Sath. This was made after a nightmare. Every human of their culture will know those forms. He's probably not special for poetry. So, again, they meet in 89. The Infinite Droplets. They meet in 88 even. Does they cease being a master of Godan? Wait a minute. In 82, They were denied. And then in 82 later, they began their apprenticeship. Okay, there we go. That's the part. And then someone else, Tetha, wanted to become a student. He's still insisting he prefers to work alone. He's still taking students, though. Disgusting Nothing More was authored. Yeah, this dude just wants to pray in peace and be left alone by these new bloods. So Sisley was this person's master. And Sisley was well into Sath, the death god. And the person who's currently in my tavern right now is their student. They're also a warrior, it would seem. They do fought in the steamy assaults and defense of Cluster Cleaned, so they have seen some combat. They did some writing. They did some traveling. They fought in year 100 to defend Tempted Points. Why would they do that? Like, does this location mean something to you? You visited it in 100. I'm not seeing any... Okay, they worked here in 64. Fair enough, fair enough. In defense of Tempted Points. Okay. And then they had to fight off a different attack in Tempted Points in year 100. What was the attack in year 100? Oh, there's a lot of stuff. Tactical planning was superior to the human Mr. Mystery Cox. The defenders had a strong positional advantage in Tempted Points. So maybe this was the battle that they were involved in. An unknown civilization attacked the Council of Clearing of the Union of Bulbs at Tempted Points. This guy led the attack, and defenders were led by this guy. Emma. So perhaps this was... It could be one of the... This could have been the battle that he was involved in. An unknown civilization. They fought in the steamy assaults in defense of Cluster Cleaned. Clashed with 220 goblins in Cluster Cleaned, slaying 10. That is nuts. The human necromancer. Wait a minute. What? Why is it talking about the human necromancer? Is he your necromancer? Who's under a different name? Either is an alias. Am I reading this right? Either is an alias and is listing this as if it's him as well. Is his real name Shibby Breach Join? And he is a necromancer. I wonder if these are actually his troops. He had a legion of 220 goblins. that because of whatever god he worships? When did he become a necromancer? Or is this a different person? Yeah, this is a different person. It's confusing to me because the human necromancer Shibi Breachjoin is listed in Edur's personal account. Strange. I don't know what the relationship is. Shibi isn't even listed here. Shibi isn't even listed here. Why? Oh, I guess I think the linking the linking factor here is the battle in Cluster Cleaned. He was simply allied with Shibi. They were both in the same location at the same time and fought in the same battle. He was involved in the same skirmish as Shibi and all of these freaking dwarves. I mean goblins. That's nuts. All right, I guess we figured out why this person has got like splatter spray as his I think that listing is a war, not just a necromancer. It could well be. It could well be. Probably. "104 there was a war." There you go. 46 dogs. Goblin, Angus, brutal, smooth. The fragile fiend attacked the coalition of flares, led the attack, and the defenders were led by this human. So this was the war. This was the military movement that our boy Edur and the necromancer was involved in, even though the two of them had never met before and aren't really related. They were both in the same battle. And our boy Edur did not slay enough to be listed in the cluster cleaned town, but he did contribute a little bit. Dude, Legends mode is so cool. Yeah, Legends mode is so cool. Oh yeah, we gotta look out for night emeralds, don't we? That was the initial reason that we did this. So easy to get lost in this stuff. And forget why you even came. Night emeralds! It is a silver short sword. Okay. This is a silver short sword. All craftsmanship is of the highest quality. It is encrusted with briolette and chrysocollus. This object menaces with spikes of nettercap and bug bat bone. It was created in plague jumps by the dwarf Thicket Boulder Echoes. And it was quickly offered to a necromancer. So it's been handed down to a necromancer, and it seems like another one claimed it. It's actually changed hands a lot of times. A lot of times, especially in 81. It was claimed from afar. Wonder what that means. They heard about it and decided that they were gonna... that belongs to me. They heard rumors of it and decided that belongs to me. Everyone wants it. They claimed it from afar. So now in more modern times, the human fraternity making plans to steal it under the influence of the Yumi Izugral Toned. It was stolen from the Severe Fortress and cage watched. Okay, so all these people are leering at it. Envious. and trying to think about how they could take it. And then this person took it, Fruny. It was offered to Izzy Growltoned, one of the people who wanted it. Yeah, a lot of people are trying to steal this thing. Once again, it was offered to another necromancer. Yeah, very greedy humans. Stealing. The human Zemel Trick Clash plotted to steal Night Emeralds approached by human Izzy Growltone to handle the matter directly or through another party. The human Izzy Growltoned. I wonder if one of these people is in my tavern right now. Like one of these dudes that's trying to steal this thing is in my tavern right now. That's for certain. Isn't it nice to have a little bit of a deep dive? If they were hunting one of your artifacts, it would be an issue. Yeah, it would be. It would be. We're certainly in no position to defend ourselves right now. Alright, good, sweet. Let me see if there's people here. Bamble. Edur. Edur the bard who slays goblins. Yeah, they got a whole little party together to try to find this thing. Well, they're barking up the wrong tree, but if they want to wet their whistle, they're in the right place, I suppose. I don't think... Oh, it's coal. It's... Oh, we don't have any metal yet. I think what we should do is I should, change these from blueprints back to normal selections. They're in search, so they visit your tavern to hear the rumors. Makes sense. I guess that is how information is spread in Dwarf Fortress. By taverns and stories. Just word of mouth. You're probably not going to learn very much from being here, though. Because we haven't really done a whole lot of traveling. We got our hands full here. Just surviving. Lots of rumors to hear, like movements of armies too. Hmm. I'm not like super sure how all that works, if I'm being completely honest. Is it maybe the tavern keeper that is privy to this information? Is he gonna... Like my tavern keeper, is he gonna... His knowledge? Is knowledge going to expand? How do we check up on the things that this guy is learning from these guys? Getting them drunk and hearing these stories. She personally disdains the law and thinks the quest for knowledge is a delusional fantasy. It's very hard to understand the underworkings of that system. That's okay. That's okay. It's a complex beast. You're reciting a story or something. The more complicated this game gets, the more shrouded in mystery some of the intricacies are, and not all questions need to be answered. I should also assign a second miner. But she's a woodcrafter, so... Hang on a second. This is less than 19 people. This is a lot less than 19 people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Maybe that is 19 people. Where's the freaking slacker? I got a feeling there's a slacker somewhere. Okay, you furnace operator, you are now also miner. I want to see you down there, like, expanding the mines. He's too busy right now. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna call it there for now, and I'm gonna go chill and stuff. It's been nice to get back to Dwarf Fortress, get back into it, and it's good. It's good. It's nice. Usually when I do this kind of thing, I lean on like the roleplay side of things. Oh, no problem, dude. I wanted to like keep it simple for this stream, so that I could just like get the fundamentals back in my brain. But turns out it's just like riding a bike. Maybe we'll go back to the role-playing style next time, or the time after that, we'll see. But yeah. Thank you very much for the follow, Big Chef Steam Engine. Big Chef Steam Engine. Um, and I hope you enjoyed the rest of your evening. Take care, guys.